Alright, should be good. Alright guys, if the audio is bad, let me know in the comments, alright? So I want to make sure I do this right for you guys. Alright? Alright, I gotta get the stream pulled up so I can see the chat on Twitch. That way, no one would be golden here. And is YouTube good to go? We're working on it. Oh yeah. Alright, it'll get fixed. Alright, there we go. I just can't see the chat on Twitch though for some reason. It's still trying to get to load. It's being weird. Maybe if I take it off internet and reload it here, it'll pop up. Alright, but this is Project Eden's Garden. So basically, it's like Danganronpa, but it's a fan game. So it's made by some people not affiliated with the company. It's pretty good though so far. It gives the exact same vibes. And if you've never played Danganronpa before, basically 16 students with an ultimate ability, whether it's they're the best, well in this case golfer, or you're the best detective, or you're the best whatever, you get invited to like a prestigious school, and if you, well you basically get invited to this prestigious school, but then once you get here you're trapped and you're not allowed to leave unless you kill somebody and get away with it. If you kill somebody and the rest of the class finds that you're the killer, then you get executed. Otherwise, if you kill somebody and you get like the class can't figure out who did it, then you get to escape from the school, and all your classmates get executed. So that's how it works essentially.
But it just started, so.
Yep, just started now. The dead body we have right here isn't actually a dead person. This is just like a fake body that's gonna help prep us for how the game's gonna go. It's based on an actual murder case though that happened many years ago. That's what the game told us essentially. So yeah, we're basically trying to figure out how this person was killed, even though this isn't a real body right here. It's just kind of like a test. So, I'll pull up this. We're working on it. Okay, now I can see both chats. Good. How's that? Alright, cool. Cool. And then also, oh yeah, and then the voice actor for, what is it? The pink hair dude. I'm already forgetting names. I think his name's Kai. Right, do we have them all in here? This is True Bullets. Settings. No, it's not in here. But the... Oops, I should still have it pulled up. No? Yeah, Kai Montiago, as well as one of the voice actor leads and writers, was in the stream earlier today. So yeah, thank you guys for showing up. That was pretty cool seeing you here. Crazy Bunny, hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the game here, right? I'm gonna stop yapping. And my brother's also here, so if you guys can hear him, say hi.
Hello.
So yeah, we're gonna be taking turns voicing the characters and whatnot. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, let's go investigate the body here. Our captors gave us a lot of information about this victim. To their credit, what's written on the tablet seems accurate, but I should inspect the body just in case. Damn it, it's just a doll, Damon. Stop hesitating. She has a gun for some reason, too.
Yeah, I was like,
The doll was slumped against the door. Her torso was soaked in blood. Parts of her shirt had been ripped open, exposing bits of bloody, indescribable pulp. I quickly took a step back, trying to control my breathing to avoid throwing up. It's literally fake. It's just a doll. There's no reason to be afraid of the doll. Alright, bloody knife. Let's take a peek at it. A bloody knife lay next to the victim. It's safe to say that this must be the murder weapon. Bloody knife has been added to the tree bullet. Alright. Not much to say about it, just bloody knife, okay. Assault rifle. Let's see how this factors into play. So was she really shot a bunch of times, or was she, you know?
it makes stabbed. Maybe the guy.
I don't know.
Maybe the guy was threatening her with like a gun or something. I don't know.
The initial sight of the doll shocked me so much I completely overlooked this rifle. Inspecting it now, I realized something. The victim was stabbed. Why was a rifle near her body? That rifle. Could you step back a bit? I'm curious about something.
No.
What? No, Before I could finish my sentence, John walked over to where I was and picked up the gun.
Hey.
Hey, you're messing with the crime scene. Ignoring me, he released the magazine of the gun with surprising ease.
Eh?
Huh? From the top of the magazine protruded a loaded bullet.
I see.
Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. This rifle hasn't even been used. Definitely a dangerous thing to have around. I'll put it down and guard it so nobody gets any smart ideas. Better than pinpoint. Damn, a loaded gun? What was going on in the killer's head? Why did he bring a gun to the crime scene and not even use it? Unless that gun was purely for intimidation. Not very logical, but it'd be twisted game to play with the victim. Alright, body. The girl has been stabbed repeatedly. I don't need the tablet to know that. However, her cause of death. You'd think it was a stab to the heart or something, but the tablet claimed blood loss. Taking a closer look, the wounds, they didn't seem excessively deep. At least, not deep enough to pierce her heart. She died from blood loss. What does that say about the killer? They probably could have killed her quickly if they wanted to. Did they want her to suffer a slow death? Damn, this is messed up. So why is the gun here?
I thought it was a rape or anything.
Doesn't make sense though, because like if she had, because I don't think the killer would have a gun and a knife.
Yeah.
If she had a knife and the killer had a gun, did she like maybe attack the killer? The killer just took like threw the gun down, just took the knife from her and just went
Or,
bam,
like,
bam, 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 bam,
yeah.
bam. Or what?
Maybe.
That seems about it. Something else here. What's that little pink
Look at
button?
the thing, dude.
Is it-
Oh, maybe it's the legs. Look at the legs.
There's supposed to be a pink button.
No? Okay. Hands. Hands.
Her hands were surprisingly clean, all things considered. There were no other marks or injuries apart from the nails. It looked like there was dried blood in her hand. Why were there dried blood in her nails along the rest of her hand? Yeah, they're at the message section.
Maybe because like, you know how like you're supposed to scratch a person or something? Get their like fingerprints, to get their DNA on your thing, so they know who it is. I don't know. Probably something like that.
Oh yeah, like inside the closet. Was she killed here?
No, maybe. I don't think so.
Yep, alright. We know. We know, little bro.
We have to look for the acid thing.
Let me just step over you really quick. Oh yeah, that's right, the acid and the burns. Like the rest of the building, the inside of the closet was old and dilapidated. It was the last place I wanted to dig through, but I had to get as much evidence as possible. Otherwise, I won't be able to present a strong argument. Alright, let's see what these guys find.
Check it out!
Hey, check it out. What's behind this door?
Saying that, she stepped away from the corner.
Right.
It's a ladder. Doesn't seem like there's anything strange about it. Why was this brought to my attention again?
Dude, not cool.
I'm disappointed in you.
Huh?
Huh?
So hackneyed.
You call that thing a ladder? It's obviously a step ladder.
Seriously?
Aren't they practically the same thing?
Pardon me.
I have to agree with Miss Amber. Everyone knows an ace investigator must report his evidence as accurately as possible. That's certainly what the victim wants.
Look, a guy that can't even get references is no fun to be around. I'm gonna check on the peeps outside. Smell you later, lawyer man.
She's already out of here. Did she even investigate anything besides that stupid ladder? Ladder has been added to your trouble list.
It's for the best.
We must make every effort to examine the crime scene as thoroughly as possible. Not for the sake of entertaining the people who kidnapped us, but for the sake of the victim. After all, this was based on a real murder, was it not? That was what the tablet said, though. I'm still skeptical about the validity of the statement.
There might be more clues around here. I'm going to check this entire closet for evidence.
No thanks. A person like her is probably more likely to cause a murder, not solve one. Alright, have fun with that. The shelf was packed with an assortment of towels. I briskly inspected them, with each towel to check for anything underneath. Many had gathered dust. That was it. Nothing looked suspicious about them.
Bucket's going to that.
It's a bucket. Pretty typical thing to find inside of a janitor's closet. But why is it randomly lying here? There's nothing inside it, except... What is the smell? It smells like bleach? Bucket has been added to the treatment. I need to inspect the area around the toilet. What? Did shelf, did her, we did the bucket, we did...
Go top right.
There's a clock above the door. It doesn't seem like it works. Looks like that's everything around here. I should check out the other end of the room. Yep, these guys are just definitely back here the whole time. It's another surveillance camera. Is the guy in the speaker watching us through this? Just a thought made my stomach turn.
That security camera. It's brand new.
Now that she mentions it, it does look out of place. I think it would have gathered dust like the other items in here. Did it recently get cleaned or something?
My company's headquarters have similar ones installed, except these cameras are even more high-tech.
Sheesh.
Typical school, spending more on security than educating their students.
That's assuming this even is the Academy's doing.
Golly!
These shelves are real intriguing. Take a look. Some of the cleaning brands go as far back as the 80s and 90s. Recognize them? Because I use them. Why would you do that?
How should I put it?
Old chemicals do the job better since there are fewer regulations about what's poisonous. Just don't ask where I got them. Don't want to alert the buzz. I'm sure they don't care about their black market cleaning supplies.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
I checked all the containers on the shelf. They're all full, with the exception of one. A bottle of bleach.
Huh?
Bleach? Huh? There's a bucket in this closet that reeked of it.
Makes sense.
That's probably not a coincidence, given this thing is supposed to emulate a real crime scene. It's crazy how much effort has been put into this.
Can't think too much about the kind of situation we're in, or I'll never be able to handle it. Alright everyone, that's the time. Look at you all. You investigated the crime scene so well. It's enough to bring a tear to my eye. Jokes aside, please meet by the elevator for the class trial. You should find it somewhere on the tree of ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, I might start getting zap happy. See you soon. Class trial? What the hell does that mean? Sounds like that's the end of our investigation.
Let's see.
we're done with this closet, we should go outside and talk to the others.
Come off the grass.
Boy, what the hell is a class trial?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Duh.
Obviously, we're going to court.
What?
Oh, court?
What?
He's going to put us on trial?
Listen to me.
Maybe that's where we'll talk about the clues we found.
Just saying.
It makes sense for our current situation. Investigation, clues, files, what else it is that would be for.
Well put.
Good point. It does seem awfully similar to court procedures. Obviously, we're missing key suspects and witnesses, but they don't seem to be relevant to this case anyways.
Wait a minute.
You mentioned this elevator was near the tree of ignorance, right? You must be referring to the room with the tree.
Focus.
Probably, yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. However, I don't recall seeing an elevator anywhere.
Just follow me.
What are we waiting for? Let's get our butts over there.
She keeps treating this like a dumb game. If we're really going to trial, that's gonna be a nuisance to deal with.
Okay.
We might as well follow her. One by one, everyone left. I guess I have no choice but to go as well. Alright, what about the rest of the people? Okay, sure, whatever.
Who's the rest of the people?
The rest of the, like the little girl.
Oh, they do that. So they're people.
She was. Now she's here. Gonna go to trial. She's not a college student.
How did you remain so stoic at a time like this? Aren't you worried at all?
It's simple.
No, not really. It's not like we're investigating some high-stakes murder. It's just a dummy. That's it.
Yes, quite completely concur.
She's obviously faking it. Without even looking at her face, I can tell she's sweating bullets.
Oh, she is a flamingo on her skirt. And you have a snake tie.
Leave a snake tie?
I don't know why, bro. I don't want to do that.
Yo, what's with the animals?
Dragon.
Crazy bunny in the chat. Is Alright, when I arrived at the tree, I saw that people were already bickering.
Check it out.
A big tree? Eden's Garden Academy? Overused religious system is tight.
I really hope we get let out after this.
Oi, you.
Can you confirm, liar chick?
To the two people in the YouTube chat, how's it going? Drop a comment, say hi. Hope you're enjoying the stream.
Why are you asking her?
Come off the grass.
Come off the grass. She's clearly faking her talent.
Am I hearing you right?
And that makes her one of the bad guys. Who would want to fake their identity besides someone with a secret eye?
Wait, who's faking their identity right now?
The liar.
And there's Maki Harakua.
I bet she's the one who brought that gas bomb onto the train.
Really?
And she didn't think to bring a mask to avoid passing out or whatever.
If no one else is gonna say it.
All you needed was a mask to protect you then.
Hey, don't look at me. I literally passed out. This helmet's got plenty of holes in it. I'd suffocate otherwise.
I've got something to say.
No. The liar chick's totally sus. Just look at how calm she's been acting. She somehow knew that the dead body was a dummy. Then she poked it in the face? That's not normal at all.
Deal with it. Ugh.
And to wish my ass.
Hold your horses.
It's not unbelievable. My gut told me we should inspect the doll. Now look at us. We're on a mission to solve her murder.
Any clue?
Where's those elevators supposed to be again?
Maybe where we can see her? That's right. There's meant to be an elevator around here. All I see is a tree of ignorance. I wonder where it is. Maybe we're missing something here. Or maybe we're being played for fools. Shit. At the base of the tree was a marble bust depicting a figure in a creepy mask. There were cracks all over the mask, and one of the eyes was even missing. How old must this thing be?
What you doing?
You notice the statue too, don't you?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
You alright?
what's up with the statue? There's definitely something whack about it. I can't put my finger on what.
Look,
Mask is broken. There's pieces.
But
Is that weird? That statue's probably like super old. It makes sense if you crack it.
I'm talking.
This is definitely something.
Wait.
Like, it's crappy on purpose? Even so, it's not relevant to the elevator, is it?
Well, you know,
What about?
maybe if we find a piece and place it back on the statue, something will happen. Like a puzzle solving game. That sounds kind of far-fetched, but it wouldn't hurt to try.
Sounds easy.
You saying we gotta look around for the other part of the mask? Hold on to your butts, 'cause I got the eyes of the predator.
Whatever.
Hey, what?
For real.
This isn't a compa. Never mind. With that, everyone started to search the tree again. Some people inspected the tree itself, while others scouted around it. After what seemed like only a few minutes, Grace stood up frantically with something in her hand.
Oi!
Oi, everyone, I found it.
He gathered around Grace to see what she found.
Nice.
Nice, that must be it.
What should we do with it? Do we just stick it back in the mask?
Leave it to me.
Probably, yeah. I'll take care of it.
Soybean!
Back off, Hercules. You ain't the one who found it.
Grace brought the piece over to the statue and slotted it right to the mask. And then, nothing happened.
Fail.
That was the anticlimax. Suddenly, the ground we were standing on began to shake.
golly!
Oh, golly.
Oh, shit!
Are we about to die? Whoa, we knew it was there the whole time. What?
Yo!
Yo, I was right.
Whoa.
That actually worked.
A fucking secret passageway in a tree? I never thought I'd see that. The tree of knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The tree of ignorance emulates the wonder of nature, but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom.
Game over, man!
Oh god, now he's splitting random philosophy. We're so friends.
Will this take us up to the elevator?
What about?
There's some stairs at the foot of the opening.
Question. Yep.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's explore.
If I may ask.
Well, why this sudden rush?
Duh.
I want to get home, duh.
Elementary, my dear.
If we get over this, then we'll get out quicker. It's simple math.
Sure.
Fair enough.
So we just walk in, do we? One by one, we approach the opening of the tree. It descended into the darkness. Now imagine like it felt like we went for eternity. We all stood there silently looking at each other. Whoa.
This is an elevator?
I see. The elevator's underneath the tree.
Reckless investments, I'm telling you.
With the rumble, the elevator began its descent. We stood in silence, 16 worried strangers plummeting into the unknown. That's what we were after all. Random people thrown into this horrible place. And for what? Some twisted man's game? A fake crime scene? An investigation? A creepy statue? An elevator in a tree? None of this was the work of your average kidnapper. This was something much bigger, and in no way could be connected to Eden's Gardens Academy. Alright, so this is like a mock class trial. I don't think we're gonna have anyone actually get executed, but maybe we'll have like the gray guy get executed just to show a demonstration of how the game actually works.
Or like how, like if it'll die.
Yeah, basically, we find a dead body in this game, we gotta investigate it, and we have a trial for it to see who the killer is. I stood up tall. My movement stopped completely. The doors opened. In front of us was a large circular hall, supported by marble pillars. In the center of the room, 16 podiums had been arranged into a circle. Were those for us?
I'm excited to see
Welcome,
who's sitting in the chair.
everyone. Yep. hope you enjoyed the elevator ride, even if it was a bit quick. As you can see, this is the trial room. Each podium has a name on it. Find your designated podium and stand there until I give out further instructions.
However,
And if we don't come off,
Then I'll zap you, of course.
Back off.
not this sappy shit again.
Miss.
Just face it, Miss Madison. We have to go along with his demands. Looks like there's a few smart ones in the pack, eh? Well, come along now. We don't have all day. There's no avoiding it. We had to assume our places. Scanning the faces around me, everyone wore similar expressions. Discomfort, anger, worry. It didn't end. We've been kidnapped and forced to play as pawns in some insane game. Being the same thing. No free will, no choice in our actions. All we could do was move forward. We had to hope for an escape. A way to run from this twisted place. We had to solve this murder case. I want to hear how the trials are going. Alright, we got trinkets.
Alright, so this is a little brainstorming right here, right?
Truth bullets. We just know that. Oh, we don't have much. Just let's see. So I'm gonna think that she pulled up on a dude. There's some guy with a gun. She pulled up on him with a knife. Maybe we're gonna like pour some stuff over his head first, but maybe got knocked on herself instead. I don't know. But I think she's the attacker. I don't think she was attacked.
Yeah, I think she attacked because he had a gun or something, or she was being intimidated.
And the
She
guy
tried to
probably tried to
attack
defend
back.
himself. He just took the knife that she had though and just finished her off with that and stabbed her.
Yeah, but I think she was being intimidated by the gun, so then she tried to fight back. The exact same thing as they.
That's some better graphics than Danganronpa has. There's.
Let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial. The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe happened to the victim. Should you all agree on the right answer, you will be free to leave this place.
Alrighty.
That's odd.
Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find
Oh,
out.
they're gonna agree on the
That's
wrong
all
answer.
there is to it. Have fun, everybody.
It might be so confusing with those.
somebody, get me out
Somebody
of
get me
here.
out of here.
Voice ones. Usually the trials are voiced.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here.
Shut up!
Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here! Ah, somebody get me out of here!
Tweaking. It's like she's tweaking harder than like some of the people have been like convicted of a crime have been tweaking.
What happened to her? Oh shit! They fried her brain!
Calm down. It's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects.
Uh-huh.
If I wanted to see the brain dead bicker, I'd just turn on the telly. On that note, please, carry on.
Holy shit. People running this thing aren't playing around.
As you were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing? I'm just gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
You're seriously not going to contribute?
What am I even supposed to do?
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
I was enthusiastic.
Yeah, who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to.
Would you look at that? A debate's already underway.
Girl lost it. These guys are clearly confused. I need to stop them before Oh gosh, do you hear that? That's the sound of non-stop debate approaching. During non-stop debate, your classmates will speak one after another without interruption. Blah 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 blah. Danganronpa true cylinder. Why contradiction?
The exact same thing.
Oh, I didn't read how to lie though. What? So I told her only truth there is.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she died.
Is that true? Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun? Ah, that's right. There was a gun. You hear that, liar man? She agrees.
Oh, you're right.
Alright, we gotta wait again now. The loudest voices in the room are always dishonest. Fortunately, the uniform argument is never difficult to shoot down.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she died.
Is that true? Objection!
Let's speed up.
It's obvious what the murder weapon
speed up
was.
button.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene.
Speed up is shift. Spacebar is focus.
But the
Body was pretty bloody. And what spilled that blood?
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
Cassidy, can you stop butting in? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
All right, then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
That's easy. It wasn't. Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity. Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right, Desmond?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If the gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets. We saw neither at the crime scene.
Details. If the gun didn't do that, chicken, what was the actual murder weapon?
The actual murder weapon. That's obviously. What was the actual murder weapon?
Could be the bucket.
A knife.
I got it. The bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious.
Obvious?
It's literally right next to the victim's body.
Why so Cam's razor gotta ruin everything?
Interesting. Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Correct.
Kind of weird choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
If the killer didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
Man, I don't know. What if it's not even related to the murder?
Of course it's related. It's covered in blood.
Oh no. Everyone's starting to yell.
This debate is getting out of control fast. Ain't to say something. Non-stop debate.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be aesthetic.
So what, this is a B one?
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Good choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work.
Alright, I mean, it looked like it worked.
These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, would have no reason.
To reiterate, and the
We're next to the victim's body. Yep, they opted for the knife. Good choice. I bet that gun didn't even work.
Oh, you agree?
Wait, the evidence Damon presented doesn't support that.
I'm not trying to agree with you.
To reiterate, both the rifle and were next to the victim's body.
They were.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
Should I put the tablet down?
I bet that gun didn't even work.
These things all about aesthetics over effectiveness. That's like your opinion, lady. If the gun was broken, then the killer.
No, that's wrong!
That's wrong, apparently.
I have a question.
Stop that thought right there. If we keep assuming the killer had the gun, we'll end up running in
I don't know
circles.
Twitch, but I know YouTube doesn't do that. Stop that thought right there.
What? You think the killer was unarmed?
No, they were definitely armed. With a knife.
Yep.
The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
Oh, so she had the gun. I thought she had the knife.
But then, who did?
Easy. The victim.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
If it wasn't the killer, it has to be her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Oh, I guess that makes some sense.
Complete sense.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
Huh?
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct?
Sure.
If so, why didn't she shoot them?
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movements.
Maybe the killer was waiting.
That girl must have been killed before she had the chance to defend herself.
Dump the bucket of bleach on her first.
That's
Step
not
ladder,
technically
step
true.
bucket, beach, then
She opened the door and the bucket fell on her.
He's already in there.
There's
man.
evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
And that's what the step ladder was for, was to put it on top of the door. And it fell, so he stabbed her.
That fell. And she got all bleached and whatever.
The victim's hands.
This is it.
Right here.
We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker. Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
Why would
This
you
is the
resort to
truth of the
scratching
case.
when you're carrying a gun?
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
The butter bucket.
Yep.
She should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Why do you think she was in the hallway?
That's where the fight happened, right?
No.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. How can we be sure the fight happened there?
Maybe the fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
If that happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the floor? Or in the hallway?
Drag marks. Can't say I saw any.
It was merely a jest. No need to take it so seriously.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her? I don't know why they would want to do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks.
But then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in...
Blood. Aye. It should have gotten everywhere. Those wounds were brutal. A few inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
Good point.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was.
Yes, you're right.
Killed in the closet.
So sorry for derailing the conversation.
Bucket of bleach fell on her head. Made her drop the gun.
Moving on.
She stabbed her. He's got this whole case figured out.
That fight. The victim had the gun, but she was overpowered?
If she wanted to, she could have just, you know.
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
There must be something we're missing. Something that explains how the victim was overpowered. And I know I'm the only one who can figure that out. Alright, this is the blue one. Alright. Who are we agreeing with, chat? Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know I wouldn't hurt a friend.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
Actually.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot? I bet that girl
didn't even see them. Appreciate the support, but you're...
That's
Rose definitely correct.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I feel like he's correct.
I bet that girl didn't even see them
coming.
Oh!
Hey, when this happens.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
That slimy killer pulled a fast one.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot? I bet that girl
didn't even see.
Are you kidding me? He's actually right though.
That slimy killer pulled a fast
Actually
one
right.
and knocked the gun out of her
Wait,
hand.
maybe. It's a bucket.
That's
No,
right.
it's the
The
tablet.
killer
The
lunged at
tablet
her and
tells
pushed the
us
gun
you
out of her
have
hands.
Oh, I just did it right. Killer lunged at her and pushed the gun out of her.
It sounds risky. What if she saw them and unloaded a bunch of bullets?
He's gonna make us solve it wrong, so we don't leave. That's an even better point.
That slimy killer pulled a
Oh, no, we
fast
didn't.
one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
Maybe just use a tablet and then do
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot? I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
No!
it. How do you miss it again?
Why would we do tablet though?
The tablet tells us she got bleached. I don't know.
Alright. Back to Pirate Boy.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even.
You got it. You got it.
John actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on. According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes. That sort of injury would have effectively blinded her. Also, inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Blinded? With bleach? That's horrible.
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back.
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
Yes.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Yeah,
Indeed.
honestly.
Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Until eventually dying from her wounds.
Jeez, this is brutal. Couldn't they have toned down the violence?
The past is in the past, and
Well,
we
their
can't
teamwork
change
has to be
that.
on
All we can
No
do
emotions.
is solve her untimely death, eh?
I
We're all, like,
mean,
good friends
by the
now,
sounds
working
of
out
it,
together.
we've already figured it out, right?
No, not yet.
Seriously?
But we've already discussed so much!
We know she was armed. We know she was blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Because we don't have the bucket.
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far. Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
We need the bucket.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this case like an equation. Knowing how it
Buckets.
works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
As in the motive?
You're on the right
How
track.
are you gonna figure out the motive?
Yeah, how are you supposed to figure out the motive?
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder
Or
than...
is definitely the master?
Whoa, whoa, whoe! Hold the
Oh,
phone!
someone's back awake.
Grace?
Whoa, what? Since when was Grace back to normal?
Right now,
woke up.
soybean. Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire. I guess all that smoke must have clouded your
She gives me
vision.
one of
Cause
those.
there's a big-ass elephant in this room.
An elephant in the room?
That's giving us too much credit.
We all know who she got.
So the killer incapacitated that girl. She had a gun, it makes total sense. Problem is, you've yet to explain how he used the bleach.
I sort of assumed he spilled it on the victim.
Yeah, Mew's always on this thing
Right.
too.
He just tipped the bottle over her.
That bottle is where the bleach came from, sure. But I doubt the bottle itself was involved in the murder. When we found it, it was neatly ordered on a shelf near the back of the closet.
Yeah.
The gun and knife were just thrown on the floor. So it's weird this weapon was handled so differently.
Do you think the killer just poured the contents of that bottle into something else?
Sure, before the actual murder took place, I'd say.
Yeah, figure
And
it
what
out.
is this
The bucket.
something else?
The bucket. A new Danganronpa?
Explain it before this dumpster
So it's not
turns
necessarily a
molten.
new Danganronpa, it's a fan game that just came out, and it's pretty good so far. If you haven't played it, you should definitely play it. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the stream, but it's really good so far.
We're at a
It
point.
feels just like Danganronpa. Feels just like the real deal, honestly. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Non-stop debates.
I'll take the bucket.
Yeah,
Well,
ours is bucket.
If the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
Into another bottle?
What about a container?
Wait, no, we gotta.
There were a bunch in the closet.
Oh, the container.
I bet the killer had a secret water gun.
Okay. She's kind of dumb.
Definitely like the... Yeah, I need so much of that.
Alright,
Come on, you
the
got
second
it.
one. To inflict those chemical burns. The killer had you something.
Well, if the original bottle's been emptied,
Into another bottle?
Container.
No!
There were a bunch in
I
the
would
closet.
have missed that, bro.
I shot it.
But yeah, this is easy. It's like super... It's like super on point.
So the killer put poison in a bucket, tipped the bucket of poison over the victim's head, blinded the victim, then stabbed her to death.
Step ladder.
There you go.
Got it.
You got it.
Like the exact same thing.
They did really well. Good job.
She's
replicating
correct.
Danganronpa.
The killer put the chemicals in a bucket. Or, more specifically, the same bucket we found at the crime scene. After all, it reeked of bleach. If the killer didn't use it to transport bleach, what else did they use it for? Personal cleaning? I doubt it.
Yep, and the killer put the bleach
Yo,
over
that
the
makes
door
sense.
using using the stepladder.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, cool. So, how'd the killer use that bucket to spill bleach in the victim's eyes?
It would be a fairly heavy bucket, so it's unlikely he threw it on her.
She'd shoot him before he even had the chance. Use your brain, mate.
Of course, my apologies.
Bro looks like 16. Oh yeah, Arnold.
It's a good question. How was the killer able to get a hefty bucket of chemicals into the victim's eyes? Now, all these guys are in college.
Yeah.
Especially
Except the
without
kid.
her knowing. Except the little kid. There must be some kind of clue missing here. Think, Damon, think.
Even if he did manage to splash her, the girl should have sustained intense facial burns. However, aside from her eyes, her face was relatively untouched.
That's a good point to make.
Well, if you check the tablet, it said she had burns to the scalp.
That's why, yeah, probably was on the face, probably
Burns
fell on her head.
to the scalp? How does that work? Unless those chemicals came from above?
That's what we're saying. Above? What? How could this be? Yeah, that's right above.
Did the killer somehow suspend the bucket in the air?
Come on, guys. It's not that hard to
Maybe
figure out.
there was a
You're older
mechanism
than
that made it
16
tip
of you.
over when someone entered the room.
Y'all need a Kyoko Kirigiri in here.
Where's this bucket supposed to be again?
Above. Which, well, could mean anything.
On the door.
Was the killer hiding above the door frame?
No, it might be above.
There's no way they were up there. There's nothing for them to sit or hold on to.
He like, his like.
Not to mention, they could have stabbed her from up there.
And if there's no place for the killer to sit, then there's no place for the bucket to sit.
Wrong. No, that's wrong.
Unless you take into account the size difference.
I like Kai. He was in the stream earlier today, but
The space above the entrance might
This
not
guy's
be able to
a little-
support a
he's a
person,
little not
but it
too
could
bright.
still support something as small as a bucket.
yeah, and I mean the character.
Yeah.
And that thing supporting the bucket?
Door.
Yep.
The door.
The bucket propped up against the door.
The door the victim into that corner space. As soon as she opened the door, bam.
In other words, you need to balance the bucket. But on what?
The door.
What do you think? What did the killer balance the bucket?
I got it.
I got it.
I don't know how we
Surprised the
overlooked
stepmother
this,
isn't truthful.
but I've got it.
It's gonna be.
The killer just balanced the bucket on the door.
Oh, I was too high. How'd it reach up there?
Like in those water bucket pranks people film?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. When the victim came into the room, she pushed open the door and caused the bucket to fall on her. This would make it so she couldn't shoot back or even get a chance to see her assailant. When the bucket hit the ground, it probably rolled away. That'd explain why we found it a couple feet from the victim.
That is a possibility, yes.
It sounds like the best conclusion.
There's just one problem. How was the killer able to reach that high?
I
Unless
wonder
they were
how.
abnormally tall, it'd be difficult to place something on top of that door.
Well, let's use that as our next point of discussion. How
It's not
did
even
the
a
killer set up this
discussion.
trap?
It's just the dang. Oh my god, guys, come on. Spot selection now.
I wonder, bro.
I wonder what it possibly could be.
This is it.
This is it.
There was a step
There was
ladder
a
hiding
step
behind the
ladder.
closet door. The killer probably used that. After climbing it, they could position the bucket right on top of the door.
Figures.
My precious stepladder? You think the bad guy used my super duper obvious stepladder?
Match point. Occam's razor.
Yes, it appears our killer didn't care much for subtlety. No matter how obvious it seems, it's the only answer that makes sense.
Bro's the worst killer. His try would have taken like 2 seconds. if
It
I
was the
there.
only knick-knack of its kind, too. If there's something else
I
the
mean,
killer
well,
could
not
use,
really. Like
it's
who
escaping me.
depends, because like who the
I
killer is
see,
would have been
I
tough.
see. It makes sense with what we've
Maybe the
got so
information,
far.
But how they would kill him in these never.
But I'm not done yet. I still have one last question for you apes.
How?
Please just leave us alone.
Just leave.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, don't be like that. Grace may be loud, but her questions have really helped our discussion.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, what was the killer doing when that bucket poured onto the girl's head?
Probably just hiding in the room.
He obviously didn't just stand there and observe.
He rushed her with a knife. But where?
The lockers.
Spot selection. Where was the killer hiding? Outside the janitor closet. On top of the door frame. Behind the door. In the back of the janitor closet. That's
I've got
it.
So dark.
I've got it. The killer was hiding in the back of the closet.
Wow.
If he was pressed up against the furthest shelf and facing the entrance, there'd be a diagonal path between him and his victim. I say diagonal because that's the only way you can make a direct charge forward. Also, when the victim entered the room, she would have been standing with her back to the hallway, right outside the killer's range. That's why the stab wounds were only made to her chest.
Yep.
Creating the crime scene we found! Great job, guys! We're actually doing this!
That was the last mystery, right? We must have put everything together now.
Even if it's all fake, I feel really bad for this victim.
It's an ugly sight, but she's no victim.
Huh?
No, she's not.
Well, technically she is, but let's be real. The girl was carrying a gun.
Yep.
She probably provoked the killer, and they killed her in self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of the hunter becoming the hunted.
That's no excuse.
What do you mean it's no excuse? Self-defense is
What?
always an excuse.
There's no justifying murder.
It's not murder, it's killing them.
Killing a woman is the worst thing a man could do.
Rose lost it.
You're emanating a sizable amount of emotional tension. Are you okay?
There's no excuse. There never was an excuse.
Watch him like start freaking out and he's actually a killer.
28 stab wounds! No girl, no person should ever suffer Kara's fate.
Sister, maybe.
Wait, who's Kara?
It was the victim's name! Didn't anyone read the tablet?
I agree with you, dude, but you don't have to shout out your point.
Oi, what's all this about? We figured out the case. Stop trying to drag it on.
For real.
No. We're not finished here.
Huh?
There's no murder without a proper motive. We need to discuss why.
Oh,
Kara...
we don't.
I am not going this far for a fictional murder case.
For real.
We aren't looking for a murderer. We're looking for answers, which we have.
Do you turn in a half-finished exam, Winona? An essay without its conclusion?
If it's a draft, it's a draft.
This isn't about efficiency. This is about being right. Or do you, a supposed entrepreneur, not value integrity?
Shut up.
What the hell?
Let's just talk about the motive. There's no harm in doing that, right?
Well, what was the motive? Was the killer fighting for their life? Or were they going out of their way to murder?
Maybe the gun freaked him out.
If I was in the killer's shoes, I'd definitely be nervous. Thing is, while acting out of self-defense is possible, since when does it look like this?
Given the severity, I'd liken it to a crime of passion.
Something done on impulse?
What if they were frightened? A spooky thing might have set them off big time.
That's wrong. There's no way this was done in self-defense.
How was it done?
No matter what excuse the killer uses, it doesn't change the fact they have blood on their hands.
Yo, bud, you seem a little pressed.
Silence! I won't allow this!
Wow, things are getting emotional. But you've only been using logical arguments to further.
Pathos.
Pathos statements. Absorb these statements by harming with another person E or LT in landing spots. Fire. System can powerful. Oh, okay. So we gotta
Pathos,
shoot
like
this
those
stuff.
Pathos logos.
So we gotta shoot this stuff over, you know?
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Shut up, bro.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We shouldn't
Chill
make a lot
out.
of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
I'm sure it's not gonna work though.
To kill Kara so easily.
There is no way to justify this. Take it chill pill, man. You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest. We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense. You don't even know the damn killer.
Warrior's intuition?
Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer.
Dead or alive. Deserves
Where's
to
my
be
shoot towards
brought to
that?
justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
Oh, I wasted it. I get it now. Oh!
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to
justify this. Take it
So we
chill
have
pill,
to
man.
absorb
You expect me to stay calm?
the warrior thing and then shoot that at something else.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense. You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind. This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice. But how can we do that?
There's no reason to trust you if you have
Not
no
even empathy,
proof.
boy.
So says the ultimate liar.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint.
Warrior's intuition? So his
There
intuition?
is no way to justify this.
Are we supposed to agree?
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
I mean,
We
it's the
shouldn't
warrior's
make a
intuition,
lot of assumptions
right?
about the killer's morals.
So he's gotta be correct.
This could have been self-defense. You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind. This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice. But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
No.
So says the ultimate liar.
We have to... It has to be his. Was this murder justified or was it truly unforgivable? I feel like I have an obligation to find the truth.
To kill Kara so easily and
There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill
pill, man. You expect
to stay calm? This was the sadistic one of humanity's brightest.
I don't see how that relates.
Oh!
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint.
There is no way to justify this. Take it chill, pill, man.
Literally the last
You
one.
expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest. We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense. You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer dead.
What's wrong with that?
To kill Kara so easily.
See, you
There is
don't know
no way
what
to justify this.
I don't know what either. I
Take
do.
it chill, pill, man. You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
shouldn't make a lot of assumptions
I don't have time.
about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense. You don't even know the damn killer.
Warrior's intuition.
Just the crime scene they left behind. This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice. But how can we do that?
There's no
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Expertise shouldn't be overlooked here. If there's anyone to believe, it's the lawyer.
Say what?
Why would we believe the lawyer?
Wolfgang has spent his life in the courtroom and on the crime scene. He'd understand the criminal mind in ways we can't possibly imagine. He was even emotionally invested in a murder case he'd never seen before. If his lawyer's intuition tells us that the killer was in the wrong, then we have no reason to disagree. We're all ultimates for a reason. We need to trust in talent.
Well spoken. If Wolfgang is adamant about the killer's intentions, we should have faith in him.
Yeah! Wolfgang's clearly trying his best for us.
Let's trust in the lawyer and his bargain bin buddy!
Hey! If it means going home, then new guy's convinced me.
Right on! Team Wolfgang all the way!
Thank you all for your support.
Well, Eva, do you still disagree?
Even if I did, it's not worth pursuing.
Does this mean we're done here? Hey! We're disembodied voice! We've figured out your stupid case! Now let us leave!
Oh, in all honesty, I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
What? We only went through this case because of you.
Silly me, I have a short attention span. So, just for my own benefit, why don't you summarize the information you've learned?
Okay, so now they're gonna do the whole
It'll be good practice.
comic book thing.
Fine. I'll do as you ask. I'll present the truth.
We'll present the truth together.
She
Let's
doesn't
dig
help
into
at
it.
all. Yep, comic book time.
Literally Danganronpa, like down to the T.
Comic book time. Alright. Where did the killer hide? Wait, where's our stuff? Oh, over here. Okay, so. Where did the killer hide? In the janitor's closet. What was the victim carrying?
A gun.
I put in the step ladder on the door. Next page. I'm not quite sure how to. We go over.
Go down.
What do you mean? I can't move my thing down.
Wait, you should think.
How did the killer reach the door from? Locked it some more. No, yeah, open the door. Bro, where's the rest of my stuff here? Should I get more of these things? Clawing at killer's neck. You and your staff. Claw at the killer's neck. Alright, and then... Reach. And... boom.
This is how it happened.
This is the oh. Okay, should we say this is the truth of the case? This is how it happened.
The victim was Kara Koshkinen, the ultimate teacher's aide.
How can you be an ultimate?
Right before her death, she was wandering around the academy carrying a large assault rifle. That was probably when our unnamed killer, who was armed with a knife, spotted her.
And decided he'd put her to eternal rest.
Could be like Junko Shima's type of killing game, with the student council kind of thing.
He slid inside that little janitor's closet, where he began hatching a deadly scheme.
Aye. They needed a way to surprise the victim, who was better armed. The killer grabbed a bottle of bleach from the closet and poured its contents into a bucket.
Just because they wanted to blind Kara by splashing the bleach in her eyes.
Sneaky little bastard.
But to do that, they would need to set a trap and catch the victim by surprise. The killer moved a stepladder behind the closet door and climbed up it to reach the doorframe. There, they carefully placed the bucket.
That way, when the victim opened the door, the bucket would empty its contents all over her.
After completing this setup, the killer retreated to the far end of the janitor's closet and waited for the victim's arrival.
Yes.
The killer could have made noise to attract the victim's attention. Either way, the victim tried to open the door.
And, the bleach splashed all over her. Her scalp, face, and eyes were severely burned.
Yes!
The killer leapt from his hiding place and began viciously attacking Kara. In his fit of rage and cruelty, he stabbed her from the front 28 times.
28 times is wild.
While being stabbed, the victim tried to fight back by clawing at the killer. This left the dried blood under her fingernails. However, it didn't deter the killer, and the victim eventually died.
At present, we don't have enough information to reveal the killer's true identity, but their actions haven't been forgotten. That is the truth behind this case. Well, are you satisfied?
A measly 3 acts. Poor Horace would be beside himself.
Who the hell is...
No one cares! We've done your end of the bargain. Now let us out already!
That is what I promised, isn't it? Alright, I'll let you leave this room. But before I do, may I be frank with you all for a second? This entire time I've been hiding behind a speaker, afraid to show my face. My heart tells me you'll react cruelly to it. However, my head, it raises a compelling argument. Who cares what others think? Shouldn't I get to have a little fun once in a while? Yes. Let's do away with these silly boundaries already. It's time we meet face to face.
Face to face?
What was that all about?
Everybody, look over there!
He finally shows himself after all this time.
Toss away those pickaxes, peasants! The walls have finally crumbled.
Alright, this
What
guy's
will
crazy.
you do now that you've reached the other side?
he's not necessarily
Will you
like a
treasure
puppet
this
like
new
Monokuma,
land,
like he's a real
serve
dude.
it, or will you set it ablaze? Well, peasants, have you made your choice?
What are you on about, dude?
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
Ooh. This person, his voice.
Are you the speaker guy?
Speaker guy? No. You don't address your superiors like that.
Hey, don't do anything to
Within
my
the
boy.
halls of this academy, you'll refer to me by one name, and one name only. His Highness, the great and powerful Tozu, host of the Killing Game.
Huh? Killing game? Class trial end. can call me Tozu for short.
Hey.
Hey, what do you mean, killing game?
The show must go on.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Quite the contrary. This is only the beginning. Wait, what?
That's...
I wasn't supposed to be like that. That's a bug.
Why the long face?
Isn't it obvious? You, my dear subordinates,
Blood is rushing!
are going to kill each other. Alright, I'm submitting this one to the devs here, alright guys? We got a bug here. David might too. It's stuck like this now, alright? That's like...
Come on.
That's not funny. I see it's throwing me off.
But then...
You said we could go home if we solved the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you peasants an incentive. It's not my fault you took it the wrong way.
What?
What are you talking about? You lied to us.
Rubbish.
Lied? Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm a fair man, a man sworn to the truth. And if I recall correctly... I specifically said you could leave this room, not to go home.
You sneaky son of a bitch.
Not okay!
Man, you're full of shit, man! There you go, losing control of your voice. That's how you know you've lost the argument. Logic is a cowardly thing like that. It'll jump ship the moment it's confronted with a challenge. He said he never lies. So when he said this with Eden's Garden Academy, oh shit, what am I doing believing someone like him? There's no other way around it. He's lying.
Dude!
Hey, why didn't you tell about your dumb game sooner?
And watch you peasants run away?
Pathetic.
Phew, I can't host a game without any contestants.
Please don't.
Please don't do
I
this.
just want to go home.
I just want to go home. I just want to be with my family. Please, just let me go home.
There's no need to worry.
There's no need to cry, Miss Toner. We're all civilized here. No one's going to kill simply because they've ordered to. What's this? This isn't as a rebuttal.
Let's see.
A match between unprepared, unfit players. You could hardly call that a match. In much the same way this game you propose. A killing game between students who don't have the heart to kill.
Nonsense.
Do you seriously think we'll abandon our morals so quickly?
Hey!
Yeah, that's totally right. We're like super boring people. We don't have what it takes to do something like this.
Indeed.
My heart is terribly soft. Softer than most delicate piece of mochi.
Hey, Kiro. Yeah, you're right.
I would never.
My mochi heart would melt otherwise.
I see.
I see. That's your argument, is it?
How interesting.
So, what do you... Now it's going so fast. What do you mean? What makes you think the people in this room lack the heart to kill? Do you even know anything about them besides their names and ultimate talents?
Pathetic.
If you do, then tell me, regarding killing, where do they stand? Gotcha, Kiro. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream so far. We're just playing Eden's Garden and just dropped like yesterday or something, so it's pretty good so far. It's like a Danganronpa fan game.
Like the exact same thing.
But it seems pretty legit. Alright. Go on. You've had a couple hours to get to know everyone. That's plenty of time to learn their life stories, right? Should I take that as a no? Goodness, what a surprise.
Plot twist!
Not. You wouldn't be here all dressed up in that fancy suit if you were so naive.
Such a spoil sport.
Oh, and one more thing. The trial you just did, that was your preparation for the killing game.
Get out.
How? All you did was make us play detective.
Plot twist!
And for a good reason. If one of you is killed, the remaining students will participate in the true class trial. Your objective here is simply uncover the culprit if you can. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue who you believe committed the murder. The result will be decided by popular vote, and if you choose the right person, they alone will be executed and the killing game will continue. However, if you choose the wrong person, the guilty party will be set free and the rest of you will be executed instead. Alright, for the 3 of you in the chat, if you guys like the stream, it sends it out, puts it on 10 more people's For You page on YouTube, so 10 more people will see it. So please like the stream, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope you enjoy it. All of us will be executed? That's not fair.
Lovely?
Really, I think that's one of the most beautiful rules. Everyone has an incentive to participate in the game, innocent or otherwise.
What's happening?
That's
insane.
Alright, the game
Treating
treats
us
itself.
like pigs to slaughter.
Such
Nonsense.
disrespect.
All of you have a chance to survive. Do you think the common butcher is so merciful? By the way, if no guilty party ever escapes, the killing game will end when there are only 2 students left. You may want to remember that, or maybe you don't care. Depends on what kind of person you are. Out of the 16 people here, only 2 would be allowed to survive.
No shot.
2 people. It's hardly better than if anyone gets away with murder.
Well done.
I know, that's what makes it so funny. Most of you will die, no matter what. And yet, with every passing trial, you all cling to life more desperately.
The show must go on.
And that exact mindset is what causes more murders to happen. Aren't these rules simply brilliant? A perfect test of limits of human compassion.
I have an appetite
I can't
for
wait to see all of
destruction.
you in action. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. The madman's loud, tinnitus-induced laughter was suddenly cut off by a well-timed strike from behind.
I've said it a million times, you mangy fucking mutt! I want nothing to do with this stupid game!
I mean, he's a real person. He's not
Ow, ow! Stop it!
Since you've made it clear you won't listen to reason,
You can be the
I'll
first
just
one to
make
go.
sure you have no arms to kill with!
Do you even listen to when I talk?
Roast cooked.
I'm not the one doing the killing. It's you lot who are.
Grace drove her fist directly into his stomach. She followed it with another blow and another. And when it looked like she wasn't going to be satisfied until he was dead, I saw it. From out of nowhere, a tiny red dot appeared on Grace's face.
Hey! Stop already! There's a...
No.
Oh.
No, you're kidding. No, she's my favorite character.
She just got Mukuro Ikusawa. The sound of a gunshot echoed in our ears. Oh, what?
Grazer.
Grace released the man from her grip. Speechless, she moved her hand to her cheek, which had been nicked with a stray bullet. We all looked in the direction the shot came from. The shooter stood silently by the pillar. A trail of smoke rising from the mouth of her rifle. Her mask. The design was a panther instead of a goat, but it was clear that she was working with him.
You shot at her.
For real?
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Everyone slowly backed away from Tozu, suddenly fearful for their lives. They could still be against the 2 of them, especially with weapons and stuff. Whoa, what a shocking and unnecessary display of violence!
You think?
I was talking about the Gopher woman! Well, now they've become acquainted with our enforcer, Mara. If any of you kids try to jeopardize the killing game, such as by attacking me, she'll be there to put an end to your shenanigans.
Pardon me.
Even though she misses her shots, that was just a warning. I assure you, it'd be unwise to further test her sharpshooting ability.
In any case...
Regardless, I finally have an answer to your previous question. Meh? You asked me if I knew anything about my friends besides their names and talents.
No matter.
Truthfully, I don't. But I'll continue to trust them as if I do, because they're ultimates. Huh? They are charged with the betterment of society. They've proven themselves to be simple acts of self-interest.
We will not succumb!
Even if you trap us, fire guns at us, and force us to endure farcical something. I don't know.
He's right.
Grace was trying to compose herself, but still clearly shocked by her running to death.
Don't test me.
No matter how weird these guys are, they're talented. Do you really think the Ultimate would fall for this bullshit? That's right. My friends and I have too much to live for and too much to achieve. You won't throw it all away for your killing game.
Don't get it mixed up.
We're all going to escape. We have to.
One by one, the students raised their voices in solidarity with Wolfgang. All of them were so confident in what they were saying, so willingly to blindly put their faith in each other. And for some reason, it made me sick.
My.
Aye.
What kind of captain would I be if I can't even handle a small crew of 15? What is this horrible feeling of contempt? Why do I feel this way when everyone else seems so hopeful? Hope, despair. This voice inside me was answered by another.
No.
Where's Kibo?
You've got it all wrong.
The students turned their attention towards Eva, surprised by her words.
Huh?
Yeah?
Do you actually believe no one here would try to kill?
It's always when someone says something like this is when stuff happens, whether it's Byakuya, or Byakuya again, or her. Well, instead of resorting to random ad hominem attacks, why don't you explain your reasoning?
It's the truth.
It's obvious. Compared to normal people, Ultimates are more prone to killing than us. Even with constant rage, the public has grown our sense of self. If you need examples, just
What a
lie.
joke.
Excuse me?
Look,
In the outside world, Ultimates will do anything to further their own goals. The same is probably true here. Once you realize your dreams can only be achieved if you escape, you'll resort to murder.
can't you see?
If you continue to convince all of these people to trust each other, you'll go on more vulnerable. Unless that was your plan all along. Is it possible you want to make everyone vulnerable? So that it will be easier for you to kill them?
That's enough.
That's enough. Suddenly, Ingrid stepped in front of Wolfgang. Wolfie's done nothing wrong. He's given us all a vote of confidence. Yeah, it's something we all needed.
Please.
So stop trying to turn us against each other, please. A horrible feeling grew stronger as the other students admonished Eva. It grew stronger and stronger, and I knew I had to say something. Eva's right.
No!
Damn it.
I know.
Look, I get it. You want to make the situation less scary for everyone. But Eva made a good point. All of us have a clear motivation to leave this place, even at the cost of other people's lives. Whether it's to see our families again, for the sake of our talents.
Don't say that!
No, I would never kill anybody.
That's not it.
Diana, you yourself admitted that you had too much to achieve. Don't you see how it's playing to the masked man's hands? This whole "we're all ultimates" thing is pretty inane anyways. After meeting all of you, it's clear none of us here have the same goals.
Hold on.
What are you insinuating? Don't we all carry the same obligation to improve the world we live in? This question angered me more than anything that had been said before. I could no longer suppress my true feelings.
That's wrong.
Look, the title barely means shit nowadays anyways, alright? Most ultimates are just dullards obsessing over some pointless hobby. Their talents don't contribute anything of worth. The only thing they're capable of is leeching off public attention for their own goals. Ouch!
You've got to be kidding me.
We're in a business that 50 million is pointless.
No.
Some of you are an exception, obviously. But come on, there's no way the rest of you can improve the world we live in with their niche fixations.
That was very...
Don't you mean the rest of us? You're an Yeah. What the hell makes you so special?
I could feel their words worming their way into my soul. What makes you so special? Well, I can actually achieve many things with my talent. I can argue policy, consider ethics and morality.
Yeah.
Better yet, I was the one who got you guys through that trial.
Really?
Is that really what happened? I remember all of us helping out.
Yeah, like you have anything to say.
Shrimp?
Yo, I see what's going on. You think you're better than us just because you say words nobody understands? Well, that kind of stuff is relative. Like, tell me what a dragster is. Do you know? Watch your step, lest you trip and fall on parallel heights of your vanity.
Not good enough.
I'm disappointed in you. How are you so concerned with making yourself look good when you're in the middle of a death game?
The hell?
Wait, I wasn't trying to. There's no use. Turn against me.
Isn't this lovely?
For you, do I sense anger, hatred, an unquenchable sense of bloodthirst? Well, save that for later. I'm the only person here who can spill blood in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator will take you back to the killing arena. You've cleaned up the crime scene and prepared a dorm room for each of you.
Get lost.
Good evening.
Okay. He returned to his podium, the masked woman trailing closely behind. The bizarre mechanism that brought him into the room rolled through him, out of sight.
Hey.
Still, we're not going to kill anyone, right guys? No matter what happens, we're all going to make it out of here, okay?
It was only when the madmen have left that the reality truly began to set in. I'm trapped in a killing game with people who despise me. How did this happen? I just wanted to help. I wanted to make sure we didn't trust each other too easily. And now I'm being treated like the bad guy. Will these people practice what they preach? Will they really refuse to kill? I can't trust anyone here. For better or for worse, it's me versus them. So cue the beginning of the end, the beginning of an unfathomable nightmare, an unrelenting despair, the beginning of the killing game. I was woven by stitches and needles. Alright. I believe. What? That's it? What, you're telling me there's no chapter 1, it's just prologue? No. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be.
You need to tell the devs to get on this right now, bro. Right now.
Come on, devs.
Like right now.
Come on, devs.
Right now.
It can't be over. Is the game opening?
No.
It's the game's opening. Well, it could. They usually do put the opening between the prologue and the first chapter, so it's possible. I swear I saw someone getting killed in like an actual trial, but maybe I'm tripping. Damon Maitsu, Eva Tsunaka, Desmond Hall, Eloise Tallner, Toshika Kagura, Winona, Ulysses Wilhelm, Mark Berserky, Diana Vernica, Wolfgang Akira. Now, where's our W guy? The one that was here earlier today. Kai Monteago, there he is. Jet Dawson. Ingrid Brimwall. Grace Madison. Jean Delcher. John. Cassidy Amber. Once you have more spaces on the line, there's no people to kill. Fireworks. This is hard. Who's Eden's Garden. Do 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 do. Chapter 1. Beneath the Veil of Hypocrisy. Told you. Right? Come on, like we do have chapter 1, right guys? Right guys? Right guys? Guys? There we go. Alright, I'm going to close out of here because we finished like any ons or notes. Alright, we're gonna pop back over here. Boom. No. Wait a minute. Where was it? I lost it. It was in 3D, D. Oh yeah, here we go. Boom. And get rid of you. Alright, there we go. Alright guys, so that is the end of the stream. That's the end of the prologue of not Danganronpa, Project Eden's Garden. It's basically as good as Danganronpa. I feel like it's gonna be great. We got good characters. I don't know, I don't really have much to complain about so far. I think it's pretty good. The trial was a bit easy, but I think it's supposed to be easy. So, yeah. You have anything to say?
Yeah, I would suggest just keep on tuning in. If you guys are the viewers in the chat, it's gonna get a lot better, a lot more mysterious trials, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to watch.
Alright, well you guys have a great rest of your night, and we will catch you in the next one.